Hello everybody, this is Havoc, and welcome back to Prehistoric Kingdom in our park. I still don't have a name for it yet, but that's okay. If you missed the first episode, I highly recommend you go and watch it. We went and we did our landscaping, talked about a few frustrations I've had with that, and then we built this, what I believe to be a pretty awesome entrance. And one of the things that I wanted to do is I wanted to see what it looks like at night. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That actually looks pretty stinking cool. I'm not gonna lie. We might need to light up the iguanodon a little bit more. But those ring lights that I found look fantastic and they really show off the water well. I really enjoy that. And then we of course have our entrance, which is pretty stinking bright itself. Okay, cool. I'm okay with that. That's fantastic. Today, our goal is we are going to try and set up, I really want kind of an early morning look. There we go. I want to try and set up our restaurant area, kind of our food court as it were. And then I've already thought about this a bit of ahead of time. And I think we're going to start on our Cretaceous section of the park. Because if you notice, we have three dinosaurs. We have the Torvosaurus, we have the Protoceratops, and the Nasutoceratops. Now, the Protoceratops and the Nasutoceratops are both in the Cretaceous time period, which is great. That means we have a solid start to what we need to do. And then once we build these up, we get some more science points, we can start unlocking new things. Torvosaurus is the Jurassic, and we actually have to wait a little while to do that. Let's do, are you serious? Oh, that's brilliant. Well done, Prehistoric Kingdom. I don't even have to do any research. I'm just kidding. We do have to do research. But what we are going to do is the Protoceratops and the Nasutoceratops will be the part of the largest part of this zoo. You can see that right there. So with that in mind, actually, we may have to build our Cretaceous exhibit over here. It's going to be the largest part of our zoo. That might have to be what happens. We might have to build a food court. I don't know what we'll do over in these sections. I don't know. Maybe we just kind of have the entrance to the Cretaceous and it can zoom off over here and zoom. That's probably what we'll do. That's what we'll do. I've decided. But for now, what we are going to do is we are going to build our food court area. I just need to connect a couple of things. Don't know why this isn't snapping. There we go. But anyways, as we begin today's session, of course, if you enjoy any part of it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Sub to the channel, do all the things that YouTube enjoys. And sit back and relax while we play. So I think with the food court, it is going to be rather basic. I don't want anything super crazy. But at the same time, I also want it to be nice. I wish we had... There we go. That's going to be pretty darn close. That's going to be pretty darn close. That's going to be pretty darn close. I think that will work for now. And plus, that'll lead us into our kind of grand entrance. And then maybe over here... maybe over here is how we'll do our other time periods and whatnot. Okay, I'm okay with that. We'll leave that like that, and then we'll actually leave this entrance, and then they can kind of split off as we build, like a steel bridge, and then we build into over here. But this will be kind of the start. But it's important to have things right up front. So what's really great about all of this stuff is that we have a ton of prefabs. They've done an excellent job giving you the tools you need to make really cool things. Now, I was talking with a couple people, and I want to create as much customized stuff as possible. That being said, the amount of customization that you can do here is bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers. So what we can do is we can get kind of fabric, or we can get modules. And we can do things with that. Where should we put bathrooms? I'm kind of trying to think where bathrooms might go. Nope, we need... Okay. Because I do want this stuff to match up. And I want it to look good, and I want it to look right. Yeah, we'll separate the bathrooms a little bit, just by a little bit. And then can we... Oh, nice. So we can go ahead and do that. But I know we've got some prefab siding that I thought I saw. Maybe we didn't. Yeah, because that doesn't look good. We'll keep it like this. Now, I guess the point is, what do we need to do to make it look as natural as possible? Let's go with a dull gray color for now. Kind of blend in. I mean, I know that doesn't blend in. But then let's see. What do we got here for module stuff? Oh, yeah. Oh, we've got so many things. That's going to be okay there. Let's get some railing in. Can't have people... See, this is like the ultimate in customization. And this is going to take a while. You know what? I'm kind of wondering if we shouldn't just go ahead and start working on a little bit of a time lapse. Oh my word, look at this. Holy cow. They've really just thought of everything, haven't they? Like, well done. Very well done, Prehistoric Kingdom. I really do enjoy that. We got to have... this is a real fancy place. Let's go there so we can have things go straight up. Is that upside down, or is this? This is it. We're gonna have some AC. Why you no want to connect? I guess it does technically connect. Hey, there we go. We're on the right side. Let's move this to the back. Perfect. We need some ventilation to put it mildly and to keep it PG. There we go. What is this? Oh, there's some more air vent stuff. Oh, nice. We've got air. Oh my word. Are you kidding me? That's actually really cool. Let's take those off. Guys, we're gonna spend all of this time on a flaggin' bathroom. Oh my word. But I mean, look at that. Is that not just like, they've really thought of everything, haven't they? We could go ahead and start, what do we want to do with this, I guess, is the big question. We could totally, oh, here we go. Do they have a, that's just a bathroom sign. Oh, I see. Okay. That's fancy. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm nerding out just a little bit. It's okay. No, we needed to duplicate that. Yeah, I like it. Nope, we don't need that. I mean, I don't think we really need to do that on top of everything else we have. Okay, so what can we do, though, is we can apply all sorts of things. Really don't know if stuff like this is necessary. What kind of wood material do we have? Let's go over to props. No, those are props. We want structural elements. So we can go a little corporate-y if we wanted to. We can go a little less corporate-y. There's a ton of options that we can do here. You know what? I almost really like this. Do it like that. Let's move this over to, oh, nope. Move that to the edge. Oh, we gotta move it to the middle, excuse me. You see, one of the better parts about this is that most of the time, these things aren't super awkward when they get stretched. Like, this looks somewhat natural, right? But guys, okay, so I know it's a little bit crazy to focus so much on a bathroom, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make one of the bathrooms, and then we're just going to recreate it. We're going to... I think that's the only way we're going to save time. Guys, I'm going to go into a time-lapse period once again. So I will see y'all in just a minute. All right, well, what do you think? And it's a long time just for a bathroom, I know. But what's really cool about this is then I saved it as a prefab, and then we can go in and we can place these bathrooms wherever we want. So that way it doesn't have to, like, I don't have to recreate this every single time. So let's go ahead. I hope you guys really like it, by the way. We actually don't have to have that in the group. There we go. We can save this as that prefab. Override prefab. Fantastic. All right, that's our bathroom. And yes, it is a bit ridiculous to spend that much time on a bathroom, but at the same time, I think it's just absolutely fantastic. And then, oh, no. Is that gonna line up? I think it will. Cool. So the idea, obviously, we're talking about land conservation. We're talking about all of these things. And so naturally, I feel it's appropriate to have most of our vegetation, or most of our buildings, be incorporated into nature somehow. So it gives the impression here, you know, we're using the local materials regarding our wood. We're allowing vegetation to just take over. We have access points, which I wish I could switch this. It's being a little bit nitpicky at that point, but then utilizing as much space as possible to create vegetation. And honestly, I feel like this will go a long ways towards even something as simple as cooling down the place a little bit. Speaking of cooling down though, let's go ahead and grab a couple of trees to see if we can't sort of fill that space up. I wish I could filter by biome within this part. It doesn't look like I can. Now that's a little too much. Obviously we want to have shade for our, or we want to have sunlight for our plants. And that's just natural. I don't really want a giant one, but I don't want, you know what? Honestly, I don't feel like this is too bad. I don't feel like that's too much shade. And then we can sort of get like maybe a bush in here or something. Some bushes and things of that nature. Yeah. Add just a little bit of, just a spark of life with our plants. There we go. Excuse me. Then all we got to do, it's very, very simple. We just need to find the plant or the leaf residue, leaf litter, and just kind of come in here. So you'll see we get that leaf litter look that kind of covers up everything. Okay. Now, again, it's incredibly ridiculous that I am building all of this stuff just for a bathroom. But this is the style format that I'm really wanting to do with this, because I feel if we just have a completely unique and customizable deal, then we'll be good. Now, that being said, there are plenty of objects that we are obviously not going to recreate. For instance, there's no need whatsoever for me to make, where are they? For me to make like benches and stuff like that. Like I might make some custom benches, but we are not going that ridiculous. Can't even find the daggum things. There's lighting, which we need. We do need some lighting. We have that there, but I really think, oh, that's a huge light. I do think some external lighting would be good. Turn that off, please. Thank you. And of course, none of these will work until we get power. And until it's nighttime, obviously. Probably should have added these before. That's okay. Something we do need to consider though is lighting for nighttime stuff. Very nice. And then we do have ground lamps, right? We do. Because, you know, like I said, I care very much about safety. And so if we need to do that, just add. Cool. Awesome. I am tempted to not do absolutely everything because again, that's hours and hours of time. Like you would have an episode of me just making a single building, and that's a little ridiculous. So like the restaurants and stuff, like look at that. That's pretty darn cool, and we can always go in and we can always modify it, right? So if I were to drop that big O sucker just like right smack dab here, which probably isn't the best idea overall. That's huge. I don't know that we need something that big right now. Yeah, we do. We'll put all the big stuff over here on this side. But like, you get what I mean. Like, I just can't. I can't build this stuff. I have a wife and 3 children. Like, I can't be spending that long of a time worrying about building entire structures. And then, so that's good. I like that there. And then we'll decorate all of this. I'll go in probably post and decorate all of it. But we can go, heck, we can even go in here into the rocks. Again, this is an early access woe for me. The fact that I'm gonna have to do this every single time, just to make things not pop through, is oh my word, the mouse likes to freak out sometimes. But I do wish this is, or I do hope rather that this is something that they try and fix rather quickly. Because having to worry about that is a little bit ridiculous. Whoa, you see what I mean? Like it flips out. I'm sorry, I apologize. What do we got? What do we got next? We got our main restaurant. We got a cafe. We got a T-Rex cafe. We have a fast food. We have a shop apparel, and we have a gifts center. So yeah, like I said, all of these will probably connect. And to be completely honest, oh, guys, I got a fantastic idea. We are actually going to bridge all of these. Oh man, this is going to be really cool. This will be its own separate time lapse, but we are going to bridge all of this to where we'll because we can modify this, right? Like, oh, I can, fantastic. So we're gonna go, oh no, wait, let me redo all that because we'll just add vegetation. We are going to allow patio access to all of this area because I feel like that would be really, really cool to have. And it would be a great way to utilize all the space as possible, you know, reduce the clutter as it were. So like for instance, we can totally go right in through here and I can add some nice pathways and we'll have a stair that goes up and we can connect all of those things. I think that's a really, really just simple way to incorporate everything and to really be able to utilize, again, as much space as humanly possible. We can encourage people to visit other shops. Just like that. And then yeah, just kind of a little pathway there. Guys, I kind of got a little bit insanely excited about this. So we may have a whole little mini cluster sector here. And we may even turn this dude around. I'm not sure. So we have our gift shop, or that's apparel. There's gifts. Let's go ahead and go with the fast food over on the other end. This won't be so much connected. We won't worry about connecting absolutely everything. But like I said, we will definitely bring in vegetation and make things feel right at home. See, we can even like line up the bricks here, people. What's going on? Are we still okay? We're still attached to the surface. Almost. Let's shimmy that down. And then let's move it back just like that. Now that's a little awkward. I can always replace that though. No. Oh, I hate when you press escape, it resets it all. You've got to always hit enter. And that's something that I'm still trying to remember. Are we slightly big? We are slightly above. That's fine. We're not going to get it perfect. Very, very cool. I can actually go ahead and bump these guys down. So they're in that space. I also don't know why they're awkwardly situated. Why is my rotation the way it is? Here, there we go. Awesome. These guys are going to definitely need power. We can add a power source. Pretty low key. There won't be much wind right here, nor do I believe there will actually be much solar. So what we're actually going to do is I'm going to lay it on this side. And then I'm not entirely sure how the power grid system works. Do we even have an overlay for that? We don't even have an overlay for that yet, so it may not even matter at this point in time. But still, I think that looks pretty cool. We can totally have something right here. I may even put in another parkway, or we can just move it. That may be, honestly, the best solution. There we go. I'm digging it. I'm digging it, everybody. And then we can move those right up to here. Now let's check. Nope, wrong one. Oh yeah, they get a good amount of sunlight. That's actually probably one of the more optimal setups. You gotta think logically here. You gotta think logically. So we could move all of this down as well. Oh no. See, one of the things I really wish they would do as well is, I wish I could do this and select all. Because the problem is that I can't move those bathrooms, really. I can, but it's not easy. That might have to do. A little bit of overlap. Yeah, we're gonna have to move that, and or I can just move this in the future. But yeah, stuff like this, like, it's cool. Don't get me wrong, but it's more in the way than it's not. And I totally get their prefabs, but that looks a decent bit better. Not to clog things up. And then that way people can hang out over here while their significant others go to the bathroom, talking to you guys, males specifically, and or just parents who are waiting on their kids to go to the bathroom. We should, oh no, that's not what I wanted. Okay. So this is a very, very solid beginning. Oh, I don't want to do that either. What am I doing? I'm going too fast. My problem. Now, clipping and stuff, that's just going to happen, guys. It's not something that's going to be able to be fixed. Hopefully they'll fix it soon, but I don't know how much of a priority it is. So some of these things, you're just going to kind of have to deal with it and just imagine that things are the way they are. But I really like the idea of making all three of these spaces, making them available for outdoor seating as well as just vegetation. I mean, just really giving you the idea of kind of this bio park, like this just economically sound but also environmentally sound area. This is a pretty solid start. Now we do have loads of other ones, and honestly I think I'll get into the super customization when we get to smaller things, like when we do exhibit overviews or whenever we have just little cafes sprinkled here and there. But I'm not so much upset at how this has turned out. And so one of the last things that we are going to really try and get done here is we are going to at least I'm trying to figure out how to do this, okay. Because I really want to have this is the Cretaceous era kind of a deal. And I'm almost wondering if we don't put up like a giant wall. Like a giant modern concrete wall, which I know isn't very... But like, here's my thought, and I want to get your input on this. Because I should be able to select this, right? Why can't I select it? Dumb. What I was gonna do is I was gonna scale it. I was gonna scale it and have a big giant wall. But we do have various things here that we can use at our disposal. So like what we might do is I might take like this sign and do like Cretaceous and big giant fliggin' flaggin' things. Or we could just have a big grand entrance to our Cretaceous area. And then we can have just like a smaller one, saying like Nasutoceratops, kind of a deal. The smaller animals that don't require a lot of stuff. That way, like the kids can slowly be introduced to the idea of fliggin' flaggin' dinosaurs, and then it could work a lot better. So like this is kind of like our entrance. You know what? That's actually a really good idea. I really like that idea. So what I'm gonna do here is, let's see, if that's going to be straight. I don't even know if that is going to be straight. But then we need... And we're going to go right up to this. And a bridge build is definitely going to be in order. But I think right before that, we go and we start turning. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? That's a little too extreme of an angle, and I actually didn't want to destroy those trees. But I guess it works. We're conservative in a more, in a different way. Oh, crap. Good lord, I apologize for that. All right, and then, so the Nasutoceratops is tiny. Its requirements are tiny. We need a strength 1. That is greater than 1 meter. So we can quite literally have this guy right here, which does limit... You know what we're gonna do? We're actually gonna do a modern glass fence, I think, for our first one. What is the modern... Yeah, that's the modern fence. I like that a lot. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go right here. And then we're gonna make our fence. Guys, I'm not kidding you. 1,500 square meters is apparently just like non-existent. So we're gonna build a cool little display here. Just a nice little viewing area. And then... Of course, you know, we can always expand. You know, we can always have lots of dinos in there. Because we do have various... subspecies, I guess you could call them. And then we might lead that down. Honestly, we could square this out if we were to go. If we were to build a road. If we were to go out like that. I'm telling you, this is going to be a ginormous exhibit for these little dudes. But it'll be fine. So if we did that, then we could kind of round it out and give another exhibit, you know, some space. And then just circle back around like this. Oh wow, that's fantastic. How much is that? That's 9,584 meters squared. Now I want to make sure we're not screwing up here. Oh, I need power. Let's get some power here. I have plenty of money left. I actually don't know. I think it was an issue of... there was an issue and it reset the money. I only did like 5 million, but that's okay. The Protoceratops needs a minimum size of 1,500 meters squared. An exhibit crowding is 30%. Honestly, that's a good reason to kind of build this bigger exhibit, is simply because we can have a little more crowding and it's not so much a big deal. Now, this is also a very typical thing for us to do. I know a lot of people do this, but it makes sense from a safety standpoint for everyone involved, for both dinos and people alike. Now, that's a strength 1, correct? It is, so that's all we need. So this will be their water source. I mean, we don't need much else. If they are, well, let's see, they are scrubland, right? They aren't swamp per se. They are scrubland and they are desert. Okay. So what I'm going to do in the next episode, ladies and gentlemen, is we are going to continue building our Nasutoceratops exhibit. We're going to make it look really, really kick butt and awesome. It's going to be filled with vegetation. You're going to see either via a time lapse or otherwise of the vegetation up on the restaurants. And then again, my goal here is to educate you, the audience, as well as the people here. And we'll figure out a way to simulate education and stuff. Don't worry about that. So what's going to happen is you're going to see the Nasutoceratops exhibit, and I'm going to give you a little bit of information about the Nasutoceratops, its time period, the era it lived in, its environment, and then my goals and why I did what I did for the exhibit. Now remember, these are tiny little dudes, so I think that's going to work out just perfect. And that is one of my goals, like I said, is to simply educate you and the people in this park and how these dinosaurs lived and breathed, and how we can focus on the welfare of them without having, taking advantage of them too much, I guess you could say. So guys, that is going to be it for this episode. I'm actually really incredibly excited for this, because this, I think, looks great. This is probably this is probably going to be my thumbnail, and you're just going to be like, you're seriously going to use a bathroom as a thumbnail? Yes, because I'm incredibly proud of this space. I think it looks fantastic. It's really accomplishing my goals for this park. This is the piece that shows off everything that I'm trying to accomplish here. It's a little ridiculous, I know, but I really do enjoy it. So guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you did enjoy it as much as I enjoyed it. And if you did, you know all the things you have to do. And you can also become a YouTube member via on the channel, or you can subscribe on Patreon. I'm going to try and work in things to really reward my members, as it were. So be it names or allowing you to name buildings, allowing you to influence exhibit designs at a high enough tier. You know, there's so many things that we can do I'm just really excited to interact with you guys on this. So guys, I do appreciate it. I hope you enjoy it. This is Havoc, and I'll see you later.
These are nature's greatest creations. This is your park. This is Prehistoric Kingdom.